No matter where I go, I always have counter space to prepare meals. If I can't get to a public bathroom or dig a hole in the ground, I do have ways to go to the bathroom. I carry 3 gallons of water. That's all I ever carry. For the backcountry at nighttime, I've added a knob-site light bar. Hi, my name is Mindy, and if you want to see how I live out of 35 square feet in this SUV, watch this video. This part of my build is my most favorite part of the entire build. It's my kitchen, and it has extra storage. So on this side over here, I have a 30-quart Bouge RV fridge, and it's the perfect size for me for traveling. And then on this side, I have my entire kitchen. So this is kitchen stove, and it's utensils, spices, pots and pans, big bowls, big plates, and then I have cups. No matter where I go, I always have counter space to prepare meals. And then this drawer is convertible, which I just love. As the seasons change, so can the style of my drawers and the sizes. I have these inserts in between the different compartments that I can make these compartments bigger by taking these out and fit things like my snowshoes and my ski boots, or even a bigger camp stove. In the back drawer, this is my toolbox. It's another Cotopaxi cube, and then I also have a collapsible bucket with a USB shower. This is a 3-gallon bucket, which is all I ever need to take a full shower and shampoo my hair. The middle drawer it's food. It's all food on this area, and then underneath the vegetables here is another Cotopaxi packing cube that has all my cables for my portable battery sources and some electronics for my solar. And I also just store vegetables on top of everything because these back drawers stay pretty cool. In the front, it's sort of the morning coffee and tea routine here. And then as a second source, if I have issues with my butane stove, which happens occasionally with cold weather and elevation, I have a second way to cook, and that's with a solo stove. So I have a lot of space, as you can see, left over here. So occasionally the space gets filled up with maybe a loaf of bread, or, you know, these are lights that I'll pull out and throw on the picnic table. It's a good multi-use solar light, and it also is string lights inside that I can string around. I'm using a Jackery 1000 watt portable power station that is plugged into a Renogy 100 watt solar panel on the front roof of my car. I also have a Blue Eddy EB700 that I power all of my electronics with. So I use the Jackery only for my refrigerator. I can go 5 days off of the Jackery without recharging it. I rarely run out of power, and when I do, that's why I have the solar panel off of my roof. I also have a Flex Solar 100 watt folding solar panel that I tuck in here, and so if I want to park the vehicle in the shade, I can put this one out and run it into the sun, and that's what I use to charge the batteries with as well. As you can see, I have a bed up top here. This is, I guess, a 3.5-inch mattress. I went to an RV and marine store that does furniture, custom furniture for like yachts and boats and things, and I love this mattress. It's got some sort of mold resistant factor inside of it that they put in boat furniture and RV furniture, and it's firm, so it's not breaking down very easily, and it's very comfortable. If I get into a super cold place, I do have 2 Rumpel blankets. And laying in bed, I don't get claustrophobic because there's a moonroof up here. It's like the best thing ever. Like when I get a house again someday, I want a skylight above my bed. And to watch movies, I have a holder to put my phone in so I can be laying in bed and watching movies that way. Anytime now when I get into bed, I usually fall asleep pretty quickly. So I'm not laying in bed at night watching TV because I've been busy all day. So I usually get into bed and fall asleep pretty early. On all the windows for the Honda Element, I have these custom blinds that are by heatshields.com. I added some felt fabric to them this summer. And then to this blind, I've also added a little string light. It's USB rechargeable, and it has a dim setting and a bright setting, and then that lights up my kitchen at the nighttime. In 2008, I purchased my 2003 Honda Element to use in a catering business that I worked for. In 2022, I sold my house, and it sold in 48 hours. At the same time, I was building a tiny camper in my Honda Element. I decided to move into the Honda Element and go and explore North America to see where I want to buy property. I decided to not get anything bigger because it was a platform that I'm used to traveling in. And I love the easeability of the Honda Element because I can literally park anywhere and sleep anywhere in it, and people don't even know that I'm inside of it. The fact that I have modified it and lifted it and put all-terrain tires on it, I can come out into places like this and sleep out here as well, and go even farther into the backcountry, which is what I prefer for camping and traveling. I've now been living full-time for 19 months out of my Honda Element. This is sort of like the entryway, and this area here, it gets used as a living room. It gets used as a bathroom. I also use it as a place to get ready in the morning. Right out of the gate, I have this storage unit here, hanging unit, and this is all the things that I use on a daily basis, sometimes a couple times a day. So toiletries, suntan lotion, things like that. Generally, I like to do everything outside when I can, even if it's raining, because I do have an awning, but sometimes I do have to be indoors, and it can be really tiny. So one of the modifications that I love that I did was I added a Heroes Hot Rods swivel seat. And you have to get these swivel seats specifically for a Honda Element. So I swivel the seat, and then I have an actual larger living space to sit in right here. What I'll often do is I'll put my laptop up here to watch movies or YouTube. I'll put my laptop on my lap and sometimes do editing. I can recline the chair back more. For storage and for living daily, I have things that I hang up on a rack for jackets and things like that, hats. I even have a dresser inside of my tiny Element with soft closing drawers. These drawers, they stay shut through travel. I actually do a little bit of off-roading and overlanding, and so far they haven't popped open and things haven't popped out. I have a drawer for t-shirts and pants. I do travel through 4 seasons, so I can't fit 4 seasons worth of clothing into here, and so I use Cotopaxi packing cubes, which I'll show you on the other side. I rotate my clothes out by storing them underneath this unit here on the other side. So for storage up here, I have this metal bowl, and it holds things that are kind of quick grab. There's toilet paper, things like that, a mirror. But then I can empty the bowl out and then just use it as a bath bowl or a shower bowl. I have 2 uses for it. So that's one way to stay clean in van life, is just have like a little bath. So you probably wonder, like, if I can't get to a public bathroom or dig a hole in the ground, as we call it, a cat hole, I do have ways to go to the bathroom. So this is the ladies' room number 1. This is ladies' room number 2. You can bag it, pool noodles for the edge for comfort. And then if I have to wait for a little bit of time to deposit the bag from here into the garbage, it has a gamma seal type lid where I can tighten down the lid for transport. Nothing's going to spill out, and the smell is not going to permeate through my vehicle. And then for indoor showering, I have 1 gallon of water. I keep this full. I use half a gallon at a time and just take a little bath that way whenever I need to. And then I've also got these collapsible cubes. So that's housing right now shoes that I switch out. So living in 35 square feet, I have to use every square inch possible. And also it's really good to have a good daily routine, so you have a place for everything and everything in its place. So on this side, in the door that comes with the Honda Element, I have some manicure stuff to do my nails, and I have a small broom and dustpan. And on this side, I keep things like air freshener, flashlights, binoculars. I had my cabinet maker make this kind of console unit for me. So it has 2 places for like water bottle, coffee. Down below, there's even more storage for my vitamins and Kleenex. As you can see, I've removed the passenger seat. I wanted this area to be extra area to support my bed. And then I just have this area up top here that I'm storing my outdoor mat or beach blanket or whatever. Top drawer is storage for canned goods and some cables and just random things. The lower drawer is locked and it's secured for just things that I want to protect a little bit more. In front, I've utilized all this area, so I have a camping chair, spare shoes, tripod, shower bag, and my laundry bag. This is a very, very deep, big drawer. This drawer serves for winter gear, medicine, sheets for the car, and some candles. This packing cube has all my summer clothing because now we're in October, we're moving into winter, so it gets a little chilly at night. So I've taken all of my summer clothing, put it into a packing cube, and I've switched the clothes out and put them into my little dresser. Same thing in here. There's more cubes of summer clothing, bathing suits. I carry 3 gallons of water. That's all I ever carry because there's lots of places that you can get water. I keep them in stainless steel containers because of the change in elevations that I go through and with heat and things like that. And I don't want the plastics in the waters. And these are easy to carry, easy to store. They're very durable. Side doors, again, some maps, umbrella, extension cord. And then down here, there's a little bit of space left over between the drawers in the back and the side of the elements. So in there, I have wipes for sanitizing the car and dishes and things, bungee cords, winter blankets, and some paper towel. And it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and it's secure, so it's not rolling around the car as well. I am 56 years old. I just figured it out today. I will be 57 soon. On the road, I see a lot of 20-somethings in their vans and school buses and stuff like that, and that's super fun. But on the flip side, I also see a lot of people my age and a little bit older in big rigs like RVs and things like that. I chose to continue to do this because it's teaching me who I am at this age, what I like, what I want, and it's really healing me. I did lose most of my immediate family in a period between 2013 and 2019, and watching my brothers pass away before the age of 60 and not being able to do what I'm doing just made me pause and go, I better get out there now or I'm never going to do this. I'm able-bodied now and I can do these things now. I don't know if I'm going to lose my mobility. I can always go back to work even if I don't have all of my mobility, but I can't get my mobility back. So I hit the road now and I'm doing everything now while I can and I'm enjoying it. And I'm like physically, mentally, and emotionally the best I've ever been in my entire life. Another modification I did to the vehicle, this is a Rob Deasy side panel, storage panel. I have this specifically for really far out trips where I need extra gas. Since I've modified the vehicle so much and put the camper inside of it, I have added 1,000 pounds, which I addressed fixing the suspension and whatnot for that. So when I travel to far places, I'll need extra gas because I might not make it to the next gas station. So I have an extra 2 gallons of gas. CVT is a sponsor to the channel. This is a CVT awning. The times that I like to use it are definitely when I'm in the desert, there are no trees and no shade. So like Joshua Tree, Arizona, and New Mexico. In the Pacific Northwest, where I reside for a lot of the year, I use it in the rain because I go in the back country quite a bit and, you know, we want our cars to look pretty. Instead of just repainting my doors stock, I use Rhino Raptor truck bed liner on the sides of my doors to protect them in the backcountry and in the bush. And this vehicle is 20 years old. She goes in the backcountry all the time and she's looking good. I did add a 2-inch lift. So to do that, I had to do an HRG engine drop, and then I did aerogenics, springs, and spacers. I also added all-terrain tires, which these are the Falcon Wild Peaks. I love these tires. These tires have taken me to so many places that I could not have gone to. I also added the Black Rhino Boxer rims to it as well. You know, gives it a nice stance and profile. It also provides a little bit more sturdiness for off the road. To the roof, I added a Hyperax roof rack because now that I've got the build in it, I have nowhere to put my spare tire. The spare tire used to go in the floor in the back in a little space. Well, now there's furniture over it and it's not easy to get to. So the spare tire is now locked on the roof rack, and I have space up there for my portable propane fire pit, which is how I prefer to do fire season now, is with propane instead of a wood fire. For the backcountry at nighttime, I've added a knob sight light bar. There's a 100-watt Renogy flexible solar panel that's attached to the roof. The wire runs down the channel of the roof and in through the moonroof to my solar batteries, so I don't have to drill any holes into my vehicle to get solar. I want to thank you all for watching today's video. And if you want to know more about myself and my travels, I have a YouTube channel. It's called The Ninth Element. Just remember that. Google The Ninth Element, you'll find me. You'll see where I'm going on the road. You'll see the build that I put in my vehicle. You'll also see tours of other Honda Elements that are on the channel as well. So I'd love to see you over there. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, think about doing that. And I'll see all of you down the road.